Hi there, Tamara Doris, your Sacramento real estate professional and your Sacramento real estate professor. And today I want to talk to you about something that as a seller, you may not think twice about, but I want to ask you to dig a little bit deeper into your thought process. I'm going to use myself as an example. First of all, I want to clarify that when we become a licensed agent, we have a very strict code of national ethics. We're members of an association that we basically take an oath to say that we will follow certain processes and procedures and rules and regulations and best practices. And one of those very, very strong rules is we never, ever procure another agent's listing or client. It's a very strict, no questions asked, you just don't do it. Okay, so let's look at what this looks like though. So I'm at a yard sale, one of my listings, and a gentleman walks in and he says, yeah, my house is the house that's for sale down the street. And I'm like, oh, okay, I've seen it. How's it going? And he goes, not very good. He goes, my agent, the agent I have, he doesn't promote it. He doesn't advertise it. He doesn't do open houses, and he sure doesn't do a yard sale. So side note, whenever I list a home, whether it's a probate sale, an estate sale, a downsizing sale, or just a relocation sale, a lot of times people want to clear out the clutter. And so part of my listing package is I will host a yard sale for you or a garage sale for you. It's just part of what I do. So he was a little bit impressed with that, which made me feel good. But he started talking about his agent, and all I can say is I'm really sorry that that's happening for you. I hope things turn around. And he said, well, wait a minute. I can fire him if I want and hire you, right? And I go, no, sorry, can't do that. And he's like, why not? And I go, because we have a code of ethics and that's a violation. That is a very definite violation. I wouldn't do that to another agent. I couldn't do that to another agent. It would be very unethical of me. And so he goes his own way, and I notice about 10 days later, when I was taking a lockbox off my listing, in fact, there was another sign in the yard. A different agent, a different company, a different brokerage. And I'm not judging, I'm not passing any judgment on the agent who took the listing. It may have been, he may have fired the other agent first and then went and searched for another one. I don't know. But here's what I want to tell you. If you're a seller and you get to talking to an agent and that agent knows that you have a listing or a contract with another agent, and that agent pursues you anyway, maybe says something like, well, as soon as you're done with him, then I can legally talk to you. Or, well, let him go and let me have a try at it. Any of those kinds of conversations, I want you to be really, really aware, because what that tells you is that that agent is willing to be unethical. That agent is willing to break his code of ethics for the industry that supports him. And if he will do that on such an important topic, where will he break ethics with you? Where will he make a little extra money at your expense? Where will he not mention to you that you should sign this instead of that? You have to take into consideration, something that I grew up with is the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So if you find an agent who's willing to break the rules, and even if it's to your benefit right now, don't you think that that same agent would be willing to break the rules where it's not to your benefit? Because a person who breaks the rules, a person who demonstrates a lack of ethics is in it for themselves. So just because at one point it serves you, you can better believe at one point it's not going to serve you. So this was just a short video I wanted to do because I've seen this happen more times than I care to admit. Another example, if you're buying a home, is if you have an agent. Now we have the buyer broker agreement that you will sign. But back in the day, we didn't used to have that. And so if I was working with an agent, and this happened to me, in fact, but if I was working with a client, and took them all over, and we were looking at properties, and nothing was quite the right property, but they found one that they liked, and I actually showed them the property, and they were contemplating it. And then they went to an open house at the same property, and they said to the listing agent, I'm thinking of writing an offer on this. And the listing agent said to them, well, if you let me write it, I can give you a little bit of money back. Okay, you're not just violating ethics at this point, you are literally breaking the law, like literally breaking the law. And by the way, this agent knew that they had been looking with me because he had seen me when I had taken them before. This is unethical behavior. This is the exact behavior that has so many people roll their eyes when a real estate agent calls them. That makes real estate agents get the reputation of being ambulance chasers. It's not true. Most of us are not like that. We are hardworking, don't get paid until you are satisfied and your deal closes kind of people. So when you run across agents that seem like they're doing you a favor by cutting the rules and just doing a little bit of extra things that they're not supposed to do, they're not doing you any favor, because whatever they did to another agent, they're going to do that to you as a client. Okay, so that is my message. Now, if you want to work with someone who is absolutely 100% ethical, a super hard worker, will protect you to the ends of the earth and get you the very, very top dollar for your home, or save you money if you're trying to buy a home, click on a link below. Go to www.tamsellssac and look at my home buyer's guide, look at my home seller's guide, watch my free class, and go to a Zoom link below, and let's talk, let's chat. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching.